All right, y'all, wanted to do a video today, something I thought was pretty cool. For about 30 bucks, you can create a DAC amp combo that also has multiple inputs. This is the USB switcher that I got to use with this. You could do more inputs if you wanted to, but I'm going to show you how you can use this and a 3.5 millimeter to USB-C little dongle DAC from Apple, as well as one of these is a USB-A to USB-A to USB-C adapter in order to create your own little DAC amp with multiple inputs on it. So I thought this was pretty cool. I love doing stuff for cheap that just works. Now, quick caveat, if you got harder to drive headphones, this probably isn't going to work the best. I'd say the limit is I've used my Drop 58X headphones, which are an impedance of 150 ohms, and they still sounded pretty good, not quite as good as they would on a full like $200 solution like the Modi Magni Stack, but it still does sound pretty good. Like KPH30Is, obviously KSC 75s would work just fine. DT770 80 ohms, surprisingly, actually take more power than the Drop 58X. This isn't a great solution for that, but especially for IEMs, this sounds incredible. So basically, this is a 3.5 millimeter to USB-C adapter. The reason I got this style instead of Lightning is so that you can plug this into your computer usually. So usually this is like its own solution here, where if for $15 you want to have a dongle DAC solution for your laptop or external sound card, you could call it, or a backup sound card with a microphone input on it, you just slide this into your computer and you get better sound, I guarantee you, than whatever you've got coming out of your motherboard. Unless you got some super fancy motherboard, this is going to sound better. You can send it out, you just plug your headphones straight into this, and this is basically, this is your DAC and amplifier, and it sounds really good and it's super clean. It's backed up by a lot of information. The Audio Science Review guys did a whole bunch of information on it, went into detail, and they showed it's a super clean. So the only thing that you don't get with this is a lot of power. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, so you got this USB-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter. You then change it to the USB-A. If for some reason you got a new fancy laptop that's just got USB-C, you just plug this right into it and it should recognize it as long as you got Windows 10 or newer on it. Okay, so this USB 3 switch, everybody knows a USB hub, but this is different because you wouldn't want to have a USB hub where you had all kinds of stuff going in and you got different audio sources and it's all just going around where everything's going at any given time. You want to have one. This switch is also a selector. You see it says 1 and 2 here. So I can put this in here. This is your output. You could buy one that's got more. I just did 2 because that's all I need for now. So and this deal, it comes with these cables too, okay? They are weird. They're like almost like extension style. So they're like this on each side. So you use the cables that come with them. So I got number 1 and number 2. So they're both in here. So I take this, and it's as simple as if I've got audio playing, say I've got an iPad and a laptop hooked up here. If I go from my laptop to my iPad and back, here I will show you too. Okay. So there's my iPad, there is the laptop, and for the iPad, I've got the camera adapter. As you can see that, it's got the camera adapter here, it's got its own power, and the USB cable plugs into this side of it. So that's how if you're gonna do an iPad, that's how you'd plug it in. If you had, two different, I guess it depends on what devices you have, but for me, I've got an Xbox, so you have to do some special stuff to get it out. But bottom line, if you already know how to get your sound out of it via USB, this is a really good solution that will allow you to plug in 2 different things at once. Part of the reason I don't really use the Apple dongle DAC all that much is because I don't want to have to plug it, replug it into stuff. I just want to be able to do it. You know, the one time where I didn't want to have to buy multiples of these. But now you can use this and you just go in between these. So basically once this goes through, then it's now sending the sound out of here. So if you want to switch between different devices, you sound it out. This sounds super duper clean, okay? If you say, okay, well, I don't have, I actually do have harder to drive headphones, but I still don't want to spend a lot of money, okay? So we're about $30 in if you just buy this. Okay, no problem. I bought this as well, just to play around with. This is from DAC Audio, I don't know how you actually say it, but the U3, this is under $40. I will not tell you that this competes with my shit Magni over there. It doesn't sound nearly as clean. But if you've got a little bit harder to drive headphones and you just want to get a little bit more power out of it, all you got to do, so now you've got your USBs coming in, you've got your switch selector, this is now your DAC and amp, but you need more amp, right? So instead of just plugging your headphones in here, you plug this out with, so this is a 3.5mm to RCA connector. You take that, so now this is going into here, and now you can plug your headphones straight into this and still do the same thing. So it just gave you more power too. So altogether, this solution is probably, so this is $20-ish. This is another 10, so you're 30, 40. This is a $70 multiple input USB, multiple connections, 3.5mm output USB-C. So there's your DAC, there's your amplifier. And this does actually sound better than this, really. So if you got IEMs, I would just stop right here, okay? This is it. You're just gonna plug your IEMs in right there and it's gonna sound super clean. I will tell you, this is not the cleanest thing in the world. So if you look, also, this USB switcher too, like it'll run off of the power coming out of whatever you're sending it from. I did notice though that the volume changes, like the iPad has less volume than the laptop does. So instead, what I'm doing, this is just like a USB micro, 5-volt connector. The reason I selected this one specifically is I want to give it all the power it would need to make sure I had the best chance of giving it the best sound, that it wasn't underpowered. So it's got a little connector there. You just take your USB micro, plug this in, and this will just go out to your wall, and now it's got independent power as well. Well, the amp will have power too, but assuming that you weren't using the amp, I figure it can't hurt to have the 5-volt power supply there. Anyway, so now you've sent this out, you go to here, and all you need to do is go through your selector. I've tested this extensively. It works great. I'm sure if you had more ports, you could do it. So if you're on a budget and you just bought a pair of decent headphones and you're plugging it into your motherboard, I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10 this is going to sound better than that. I'm not going to say here, don't bash me. I don't know. There might be a motherboard out there that sounds great. Most of the time they don't, because there's so much electronic interference inside of your laptop, where this, now everything's external, you already have a leg up. It's already going to sound a lot cleaner. So this will give you a solution you can plug multiple things into, and I don't know, I thought it was really neat. So I've been playing with it, using it all day. It sounds wonderful. Even on the Drop 58X, which is our 150 ohm, sounds pretty good. For IEMs especially, this is a no-brainer. It just sounds beautiful coming out of a laptop. Sounds super clean. I think it definitely is going to sound better than like a laptop output. And this little guy, and I'll do a review on this separately, but it's not half bad. It's not the best thing in the world, but if you just need a little bit more power, you're not hearing the bass, or your headphones are feeling a little flat, this will do the job too. So I'll leave some links to those below. Let me know if y'all have any questions, and I appreciate you watching.